Hello and welcome to Healer Under the Red Moon. I'm your host, Dr. Chris Brodkin, and today we are going to show you how to make a gypsy stew. We're doing this in preparation for our trip to Peru. We're going to be heading up to Cusco and going down to Machu Picchu. And when we come back up to Cusco, we're going to be visiting an orphanage. The orphanage is named Elim, and we're going to be teaching some of the kids there how to make some food for lunch. The things on the menu are going to be potato gnocchi, because there's lots of potatoes in Peru. Also, we're going to make gypsy stew that we're making today, and we'll also have some cooked chicken too. So be prepared, get ready, and we're going to make some gypsy stew, also known as Andalusias. So here's a few of our ingredients. We have zucchini, we have carrots, we have tomato sauce, we got an eggplant, garlic, we got some bell peppers, a jalapeno, we got onion, celery, potato, and we also have pigeon peas and beans. And just for extra added measure, we have these wonderful, wonderful okra right here that we're going to add closer to the end. So one of the first things that we have to do is we have to open some of these wonderful almonds, and we're going to boil them in water, take off their husks, and then we are going to sear them in oil with some garlic cloves, the almonds, and a little bit of bread. And ladies and gentlemen, please remember to always bathe your vegetables. Make sure you clean off all those little crevices, especially on those root vegetables. So we've opened up the almonds, and they are now boiling in the water for exactly 30 seconds. After that, we're going to pull them out. We will pull the husks off of them, and then they will be ready to sear in the hot oil. All right, folks, it is time to cook the bread. So we've got our garlic, we got our almonds, we got our bread, and we're going to go toast it up right now. So medium heat, some hot oil. I use the metal tongs. You want to toast up that bread. Look at that toastiness right there. See that? That's what you want. This is what we are looking at. This is what we want. So pretty soon we're going to take it out of the pan and put it aside, and then we'll be mashing it up later to put into the soup. So we've already did some amount of prep work, and we're going to be cutting up the vegetables, and I'm going to show you how it's done. All right, for the carrots, like to have a lot of carrots in there, so cut these into big chunks first, then I'll cut them up smaller. And so I got the smaller one. I usually like to do it on an angle. Woo! Be careful. All right, and toss them into here. And for the bigger chunks, I usually cut them down the middle, and then cut them up a little bit further. All right, it's time for our friend the zucchini. So zucchini, what I like to do, cut them in half, split them down the middle like that. Same thing with this guy. Split it down the middle, and then split it again, and then cut up. They're pretty easy to cut up. Split this down the middle. And easy to cut. Now it's time for the onion. Makes me want to cry. Now this we want to cut up kind of small, because it's going to be the first thing in the pan, and we want it to caramelize. So we're gonna nice and diced. These are just tears of joy, really, because it was a beautiful onion. All right, we're at the point where we're going to start combining our ingredients and putting them into the pot. We're going to put a little bit of oil in there, and first start off with our garlic and onions and sear them down, make them caramelize. In they go. Whoa, baby. Listen to that sizzle. Woo! And those tears are going to become tears of joy as we are making this beautiful, beautiful thing. Woo! Look at all that fresh garlic and onion. We're going to change these white onions into something beautiful and translucent. Translucent means that you can see through it. It's going to be gorgeous. All right, you can already start to see it's changing color. You see how translucent that one is right there in front of you? And it's gone from that white color on the edge of the spoon to that almost transparent one. That's what we want. Onions and garlic look really good. It's time to add some more vegetables. In go the zucchini. We got our celery. We got our carrots. We're going to let those cook down, and then we'll add even more vegetables. All right, so we're at the point in time we're going to add the tomato sauce. Got tomato sauce here. Adding it in right there. One little can, that's all you need. We're going to add some water too. So here we go. I add a little bit of white pepper. You don't have to put in too much water, just a little bit till it comes up to the top of the vegetables. And then let that simmer down real nicely. All right, folks. Got our okra and potatoes all chopped up. I'm going to add it in a little bit. Want to add it near the end, because if you add it too soon, it'll become mushy and then turn the whole stew into kind of a soup. So ideally you want to get a mortar and pestle, something bigger than this. This is a pilon from Puerto Rico, but it works pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add each one of these components, the bread, the garlic, but I'm going to start with the almonds and mash those up, okay? So here's an almond. You see how we make that into a nice kind of dry powder, and we're going to make it into a paste once we add the bread. Look at that from all the almonds. Okay, so time for our garlic. One garlic at a time. Mash, 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 mash. Smashing, 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 smashing. We're going to mix that in with the almonds. Add in another garlic. Smash, 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 smash. I like making the sound effects. Into a nice paste. And now it's time for our bread. Here's our bread. See if I can get all this paste off of there. All right, and what do we say? Mash, 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 mash. All right, gonna add it to the soup a little bit. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a beautiful impasse. Look how beautiful and red the soup is. And we are now going to add our beans. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We had just added our beans and the power went out. So now we have added our beans, stir them in nicely, and let them marinate in this beautiful stew. Oh yeah. And now we have a mountain of potatoes and okra. This will cook down, and after it cooks down a little bit, we will add the paste. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to sink my teeth into that. And let's take a taste. So good. Can't wait to eat it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the flame, let it rest in the pot like that, covered up, and in a little bit we're going to try some Gypsy Stew. And finally we have the Andalusia Gypsy Stew all done. Look at this beautiful thing. You can see the carrots and the okra. Let's take a taste. Beautiful, delicious, thick. You can taste every single vegetable. You can taste the carrots, you can taste the okra, you can taste the onion, you can taste all these wonderful things. So good. So, can't wait to make it for the wonderful orphanage Elim over in Cusco, Peru. Signing off, this is Healer Under the Red Moon.